it's a little bit, let's say like this, like when you have the fusion between something that you like and something that you need to do in life, it's perfect. And talk for me, it's like this. But basically, that's it, guys.
Yeah, I
And
can
you,
see
Yanka,
that.
who are you, girl?
Well, I agree with you, Bruno. We know that, yeah. My name is Yanka. I am 27 years old. I am living in Campinas, São Paulo. I don't know. I was thinking about the subject for today, and I get lost a little bit thinking about coincidence. If I had some to share with you today, so I keep thinking about and trying to find a nice story, maybe. But is that? And you, Elias?
Uh, I'm Elias. I'm 37. I live in Teresópolis, Rio de Janeiro. I work with IT. I'm here on TalkTalk since last year, 2023. Actually, 2022, but I studied for 6 months and turned back last year. I'm married. I have no kids, have no pets. Um, I work with IT. I don't remember if I told you it. I like to eat. I like sushi. I like Asian food. Then I prefer to eat than to sleep. If I can choose the better food or a better sleep, I prefer better food. Uh, yes, I think it's it.
Perfect. I prefer sleep. If I'm tired and I'm hungry, I'm gonna just go sleep and solve my problem. One of the problems, at least. Okay, so hello for those who are watching. We are Talking Talk. I'm Sarah. I'm gonna be hosting this meeting. Our topic is coincidences. So we're gonna discuss events in life and some experiences. I, at least I have this impression. Let's see what happens. And we just introduce ourselves. So the second question is, have you ever experienced a coincidence that left you feeling amazed or surprised? Gonna start so maybe we can warm up a little. Yeah, I one of my best friends that I have currently, he was my mom's student when he was like 10 years old. So when I met him during a technical course, he came here so we could study and do the work together. So he was like, okay, your mom, she's familiar to me. And I was like, maybe because she's a teacher, so she knows a lot of people. And turned out that that was the case. She was his teacher, and it's really funny because my mom, she goes to this neighborhood, and sometimes my dad is, oh, were you her student? Because he knows a lot of people who live in this neighborhood were started with her. So that was the case, and nowadays we are very good friends for more than 10 years. And I could never imagine that. And so I think I felt really surprised by this situation. And I don't know, that impression, the world is small. I have this, at least sometimes a year, I have this impression. We are not so distant from each other as we think. And you, Bruno, any coincidence you can remember?
Well, actually, it's a really good and hard question to answer, because we need to stop to think about some coincidences in our lives. But I was wondering about it, and I recall one of them, like it's something really deep in my life because it is connected with how I met my wife. because it's like when I was younger, I studied in the same school, you know, than her, and like I saw her at school, but we have 2 years of difference, I'm two years older than her, and I was like, when she was at school that time, I think that she was in the first high school grade. I don't know, let's say it in English. But anyways, I was already finished my course, my school time, let's say like this. And like when I saw her, I I think that maybe I can marry with her, can get married with her. But sometimes you think, you have some thoughts, but you can't imagine that it will like become reality, And like a few years later, we we here in Santos we have a agency recruitment, that we when we are teenagers, we can apply, we can enroll to the course, and then we can be uh, selected to work in a company, and we met each other there also. So we have met, like we had met in two different situations, in two different places, but I never imagined, like, as I said, sometimes we have thoughts, but we don't know if it will take place in our lives or not, But I remember that I thought, with this girl, I think that I you know, if she wants, of course, I will be married with her, But like, it was just a random thought, And then few years later, we met each other like for real, and we after 1 year we got married, and now we have been together for 12 years. Maybe it can be a coincidence or not, but I believe that everything takes places in life for one reason, That's the reason that we are here together for 12 years, So basically, that's it.
Yeah, very romantic. I think being unemployed could be good for if you find your soulmate, right? It's not so negative to be unemployed because you mentioned you met her there. Really nice, Bruno. And you, Bianca, now do you have any stories in mind or experiences?
Yeah, I remember one. You can write this story, Bruno. It will be a nice romantic story, maybe. About me, I remember that when I was a teenager, I took some tests to vestibular to pass in some university. Okay. To pass in some university, and I took 4 tests. And I passed in some, but I chose Unicamp. And I haven't place to stay, I haven't money in that moment, nowadays too. But in that moment, I was really, really broke. I was a teenager with 17 years. And I stayed in Moradia. I would like to stay in a Moradia da Unicamp that we haven't to pay to stay in there. And I talked with a teacher that I had at the moment when I was participating in a ONG, and I talked with her, and she had a boyfriend that was doing Unicamp too, and he was living in Moradia too. So this guy, the junior, received me in there in the moradia of Unicamp, and I had a place to stay. it was a really nice coincidence to me because saved me a lot. And this guy helped me a lot to understand the uni and to have scholarships like food, or Bolsa Trabalho too, that you work for the uni and receive money. This guy helped me a lot, and it was a coincidence, I think. Was that?
Maybe fate. Who knows? Destiny. Yeah. Yes. Can you try to say something? Can try without the mic.
I think I
Okay.
can hear.
It was working with the headphones.
I put my audio in Alexa.
Okay. Alexa, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, once I had experience very strange when I was in college. I did my college in another city, in a neighbor city. And then during the lessons, I write something in my notebook, but close my notebook. Okay, when I arrive at home in the same day, for some reason, my brother opened my book, my notebook, in the exact page that I made some notes. Then this thing is very was very strange. Like, oh, my brother is spying me. I don't. I think it's just a coincidence, but I don't know. In that occasion, I thought, oh, I'm on Show de Truman. Do you watch this movie?
I've heard about it. Yeah.
Yes. I thought I'm in the Show de Truman, cause there's no way how my brother know that I write this. It's not. It's a. I don't know. It's a note about the subject that I'm learning. But my brother, for some reason, opened my notebook. Uh, just I arrived at home, my put my notebook in the table. My brother opened the notebook and in this the exact page. Was very strange.
Yeah. A siblings connection, maybe. I think number 4, we kind of. Oh no, we don't. We didn't answer number 3 yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. So number 3, do you believe that coincidences have a deeper meaning, or are they just random events? Bruno, what do you believe about this?
As I said before, it's all connected. Like one thing that I know right now is after I got married, me and my wife, she, actually she wrote a letter for me when we were dating, and we like now we thought we are in love, like this, and but she wrote a letter for me, and in the letter she said that she wants to marry me, and she wants to have a like the future, not that time, but we want to have a kid, children's, and the first child would be a girl, and like she wrote something like this: every time every time that you arrive at home, she gonna call you daddy, and she gonna like play with you, and and do a lot of different things, something like that, and you can believe or not if it is consistent or not, but everything or most of the things that she wrote there happened like one year later, you know, and it was like crazy because for me, I have this letter until now, you know, and every time that I read the letter, that I read the letter, for me it's like it's crazy, you know. It seems that she traveled to the future and then she back to the past just to wrote this letter because everything the letter will take place, you know. And for me, it's like it's really nice to see, you know, this. That's why I think that when you wrote the things that you want, you know, when you write the things that you want, I believe that it can take place in some moment of your life. Of course, that if you do the things that you need to do, you know, in order to achieve this goal, you know. So every time that I recall it, I feel good, you know, that everything went right, you know. So I believe that it's not coincidence, you know. I think that it's all connected, you know. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, definitely need to write more, so in that case. Who knows? Can't hurt, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And thank you so much, Bruno. What about you, Elias? Number 3.
I think sometimes some kind of coincidences are not coincidences, are like uh, a plan, of someone, like like Bruno said. I think I think it never happened with me, something like that. Not about the wedding, but uh, another thing. I don't know. But I sometimes we have some, I don't know, uh, people plan something and how can I say, push the hands on to make this thing happen. Then sometimes we don't know, we don't realize of about this fact, this act. Then we just see as a coincidence. But sometimes there is a deeper meaning, like the question said. I think yes, it can be possible.
You're
I
not
don't know. I
aware
don't
of
know.
everything, right?
For example, like in I forget the name in English. Amigo secreto. I forget the name in English. But for example, if I change the paper with Bruno to for example to give the present for some person, for example, for Sarah. It's not a coincidence. It's a plan.
Yeah, the other person won't know, but you planned this, you made this happen, right?
Yes.
Makes a lot of sense, actually. And Bianca, your opinion on this?
Well, I think that there aren't just good coincidences. Sometimes there are some bad coincidences too. There was a day that in here we have BlaBlaCar in São Paulo. I don't know if you have in your state, but we have BlaBlaCar. It's an app to get caronas. You pay for less money, more cheaper than to go by bus, for example, for another place. And you can use it. And I take this, you don't know the driver or anyone that will go with you in that carona. And there was a day that my ex-boyfriend was in there, and it was 1 hour and a half in a bad environment. It was very bad. So there
No
aren't
way, no
just,
way.
yes, it happened. So there aren't just good coincidences, I think. So I think that are random. events that happen in your life. Sometimes can be good, sometimes can be bad. Sometimes we even percebemos that thing happen with us. So my bet is in random events or destiny, and destiny is tricky sometimes.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think I'm more like Bianca than I agree more with Bianca than with the guys because I don't know, sometimes I wanna be hopeful, you know, I wanna look at things with a silver lining. Oh, it's gonna be for the better, but sometimes things happen and a lot of times actually for what I can see and I cannot control it. So I believe that most of times it's just random and I try to make peace with that, you know. But of course, in some situations, like I mentioned with my friend, for example, it doesn't seem so random. But like I said, a teacher teaches a lot of people, so you know, it was likely to happen more likely than if she had other profession, for example. So it could be something with a deeper meaning, or just the odds were higher that she met more people because of her profession. So there may be some science behind. I don't know, just uh, exploring options, I guess. Okay, let me see. Number 4, we kind of mentioned a little with the second question. They are similar. So let's talk about number 5. Bianca, can you read this one and, of course, share some thoughts?
Okay, sure. Do you think technology like social media algorithms contributes to creating more coincidences in your life? This is a really nice example that coincidences don't exist. I think doesn't exist because if there are an algorithm make this thing, it's like is this the hand that you mentioned before, Elias, or I don't know, but thinking about social media, I don't believe in coincidences because I use Tinder, for example. I'm exposing myself in here now. But when you save the number of the guy or girl in your cell phone, the cell phone, I don't know how, but cell phones send a message to Instagram or Facebook, and you start seeing that person in the social media. So it wasn't a coincidence. It was just algorithm and the relation between apps in your cell phone, I think. I don't know. This is my opinion for now. So it's that.
Yeah, I'm scared about this a little bit. About like the heroes or something. Sometimes you don't even write, you just say out loud and you go to the internet and you see some posts or advertisement, you know, so it's a little bit scary. Elias, what do you think about this?
Yes, I agree with Bianca. I think if there is an algorithm, there is it's not coincidence. Because if I post something, comment some things, and the algorithm bring me a person, big people with the same interest, I think it's not coincidence. I think it's about the algorithm.
You have experiences with that, like with advertisement or something that appears to you on social
Yeah.
media? And and you, Bruno, how is it for you?
Yeah, after Bianca explanation, I'm a little bit divided, you know. I believe that in the past, maybe in the beginning of the internet, I think that we could have some coincidences, you know, like to find someone that you never thought that you would like met, But now I think that it's similar to what Bianca said, like when you write something or when you say something, it seems that I don't know, the I don't know the AI or something behind the scenes is listening to you, and then you always see something related about what you said, So the social medias or every anything that you are using brings it to you. So nowadays, I don't think that it can be a coincidence, In Yanka's case, I think that it's really strange, to see a person that you don't want to like to see, and not that don't want to, you don't want to see, but like it's someone that you don't have more contact, and then suddenly this person come comes out, So I don't know if it is a coincidence or not, but it's strange, But nowadays, it's like I believe that there is no coincidence when it comes to technology, So yeah, it's all set up. Yeah.
And maybe only on the street you can meet people naturally nowadays, or like in a park or the beach. But on social media, they know what you like, so it's kind of
Yeah.
made up,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't see how it could be something spontaneous or anything. It's a matter of they know what type of content you engage with, and they're gonna show you a certain profile of person, a type of information. For example, I see a lot of English content about hair and makeup as well, because it's the type of I think I spend more time watching or look in the comments. No, sometimes I don't even like, but I'm curious about the comments. So the algorithm thinks, oh, she loves that. So let's just gonna give her that. But sometimes I'm just there for the polemic or the subject, but not the content. It's so appealing. But I'm curious, so that doesn't work for me. Doesn't work in my favor, I guess. Okay, let me see other questions here. Yeah, we could discuss number 6, I believe, which is about cultures and interpretation. Yeah. Bruno, could you read this one?
Sure, sure. Let me see here. How do different cultures interpret coincidences? That's a good one. I have no idea how to answer this one because it depends, Like in the Orient, I think that people might think that it's not a coincidence. It's something that you need to realize, or maybe you need to notice, Maybe it can bring something good or bad for your life. It depends of the situation. But here in Occident, we believe more in coincidence than destiny, and maybe it can change among the countries, It depends. Yeah, but I don't have a right answer to just say, but I think that there is a difference, between the what people believe in Orient and Occident. I don't know if it's right to say, but that's it. And you, Yanka, what do you think about it?
I was asking to ChatGPT if he, if he knows something because I really don't know. How do different cultures interpret coincidence? I don't know. Maybe, as Bruno said, like a thing that you have to improve in your life. Um, some devices. I really don't know this one, Sarah. Do you have an idea, Elias?
But wait, what did the chat said? Kind of, I want to know that.
I was typing now. I will share with you. Let me see.
Okay. Okay,
Uh,
Elias, in the meantime, Elias can share a little bit.
okay. I don't know. I don't have a right answer for this question, but I have an idea. When we think about the culture that believe in reincarnation, like Buddhism, Hinduism, for they, there is no coincidence. It's about karma. Everything that happen with you in this life, it's not a coincidence, but it's a consequence that you made in the your last life. I have this idea because I kind of study a little about these religions. I have a theology degree too. I don't know if I told you. Then this kind of religion, Buddhism, Hinduism, Spiritism, they say that we reincarnate. I don't agree with this religion. Okay, it's my opinion, but they say that uh, all things that you happen with you in this life is not a coincidence, but it's a consequence of your access of the last life. If you in last life was a bad person, a bad things will happen with you. If you are a good person, your level is increasing until you achieve the nirvana. They call this the roda de samsara. I don't know the name in English.
I didn't know in Portuguese, so you're good. Thank you. It was really interesting. I have never heard about this perspective, so thanks for sharing, Elias. And Bianca, please, what does chat says?
Okay, about the indigenous culture, coincidence can be faced as a message sent by nature or ancestors. In Japan, coincidences are messages from spirits or the universe. And China, coincidence can be signs of the destiny or indicators that you are in the right way of your life. So there are many interpretations. I don't know.
I like the China's perspective on the subject, you know. I think sometimes we interpret things in the way we want. For example, I want to take a challenge in your life, a new job or a new career, something like that, and you start seeing a lot of things about career, but if you saw this before, you wouldn't think it was connected to the moment you're living right now. But since you are paying more attention that you're living this phase, you tend to think, oh, this was for me. This message is telling me something, you know. So I think it is something that is in our mind most of the time. It could be real, or it could just be how we see it, you know. So I really like this perspective to share about coincidences, and thanks a lot, Bianca. Yeah, I believe we have 15 minutes, so should be enough for more questions. Anybody wants to choose one?
Actually, I want to ask you one for you guys, but not related with the in the chat. You know, like for example, when you have to make a decision in your life, guys, how do you make it? Do you wait for a sign from the universe, God, wherever you believe? How do you make it happen, when it comes to make a decision in your life? Sarah, you first, because you are the host, you are in charge.
Honestly, I think for 3 years and a half, and then I take action. No, I'm kidding, but I think 2 months sometimes, But I don't wait for a sign.
But for example, yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
please go ahead.
No,
No,
for
I
example,
was, yeah, like you don't wait for a sign, you just make the decision, that's it.
I ask for advice because I'm a very indecisive person, so, but usually someone in my family or another professional that I trust, I think it is pretty valuable if we can take this insight from them, so basically I talk to others, and if I have to do some research, I do as well, but I could be more effective with my decisions. I have to confess that.
Yeah, nice. And
I'm
you,
gonna be
Yanka?
the last one to answer, but you're gonna answer, okay? I wanna know you about you as well. Go ahead, Bianca.
Okay, I have interesting question, Bruno, because I have two ways to make a big decision. Three ways actually. Or I talk with my psychologist, or I make a list of pros and cons. And there are many times that I flip moeda into the air to head or tails, head or
Yeah.
tails. I do that a lot sometimes. Like I'm thinking to go out with some boy that I am knowing now. That I don't know, but I am knowing that this person, and I don't know if I want to go out with this person or not. I go to head or tail every time. And I make this decision.
Nice.
What is the
Yeah,
third
interesting.
one? You said two things, right? Or
Yeah,
I counted
two.
wrong?
Sorry, the
No,
first
no.
one is it's about me. Yeah,
Yeah,
or-
Bianca.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
think you said two things, no?
Heads
yeah.
or tails, make a
First I
list,
talk
pros
with
and cons.
yeah, head or
Psychology,
tail,
right, right.
psychologist
We're three.
list and head or tails. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
three ways.
exactly.
Never
Nice.
mind. And you, Elias?
Yes, I think about in similar way of Bianca. I sometimes I don't expect a sign for the universe. Okay, I'm a Christian. I pray, okay, but I try to read the signs, the piece of information that I have. Uh, for example, like Bianca said, a list of pros and cons. This decision is a no turning back decision. Then I have to think a lot. This decision will impact my present, my future, or just my present. For example, let me share a thing. In this morning, I had a immersion with another host, and we thought about study of languages. Then we thought about the study Mandarin. Okay, for me, it's good to study Mandarin. People are saying that Mandarin will be the greatest language in the world because the China is growing a lot. Okay, I think it's true. Maybe it will be Mandarin is maybe is a mandatory in 20 years, 30 years. Okay,
Yeah,
let's say 20 years. But now I have 37. When in 20 years, I will be, if I'm alive, I will be if 57. I don't, me, with 57 years, how is the market will look at me? The market, I will, there is a space for me in the market with 57 years. I will work with IT, or I will work with, I don't know, with open a franchise of make sandwich. Then, in my opinion, Mandarin is not mandatory for me, even now, and not now, and even in 20, 30 years. I don't expect to live more, I don't know, 15 years. I don't live to up to 80, 90 years. I don't expect. I don't know, maybe I have more 35, 40 years to live. I think in 40 years, I'm not in the market anymore. I think for me, Mandarin will not be mandatory. For my children, my grandson, maybe, but for me, not. I don't think.
Yeah.
But about English, I think I can use English now, a week ago, a year ago, a month ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I, for this reason, this week, these days, I was thinking, I have to study another language like Spanish or French or Germany. I can talk, but I don't know. I don't find a purpose for me. For me, okay. For someone, okay, there's a purpose, but for me, I don't find this purpose. I find a purpose to study English.
Yeah.
Person has their realities. Yeah.
I feel this way.
It was very you are a very rational person. I can tell that. You have all the overview, all the details, the future, the present. So that should be really good for you. And Bruno, how do you make these decisions?
Well, in my case, I always try, like a Christian, I'm a Christian, so I always pray to God to give me an answer, and I feel in my heart when I need to change some path. Of course, that you know, I can tell you that when you have a decision to make, in this decision, this new path that you're gonna go through, it's from God. You will have peace. Like everything will collaborate to make it right. Make it happen. So, for example, when I bought my apartment, I remember that I was in a situation that I could I couldn't have any other bill to pay, like, because my budget was all settled, and I couldn't have more bills, and but when this opportunity appeared for me, I was like, I need to do it, and then I prayed, and I remember that I like I one of one of one of my friends, I think, or a person from the church, I didn't share this opportunity with anyone else, just with my wife and family, but like not in the church, and I received the like in the end of the church church union, I remember that one person approached to me, and said, "Man, something gonna happen in your life like this week that will be good for you. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but like just receive this." And I got the message, like this is in my case, of course, but maybe God, I believe that God has different ways to talk to you, maybe through people, maybe through music, maybe through dreams. It's up to you try to figure it out, you know. So in my case was like this, and I have a lot of other stories to tell, but just to another immersion.
Yes, I have an story about my actual job too, but for another dimension. I believe like you in God has a lot of ways to talk to us.
Yeah,
What I'm taking here is we need a part two, so we can hear more of these stories, and maybe I'm gonna become more of a believer in coincidences. I don't know, in destiny, all of this. Very good story, guys. Does anybody wanna say anything else? Comments about topic or pretty much anything?
good topic, Sarah. As always, you rock. The questions were like amazing, you know. Many that one that you brought to us about how the different cultures can interpret, I think, the coincidence, you know, that was like really hard to answer. But that was good.
Yeah, I think the goal was accomplished. We challenged ourselves, and that always brings good results for us as learners and as people in general who want to improve, right? Guys, I shared the survey link. You know, you can click there and give us a feedback. If you can, you could suggest a topic because my creativity is terrible this week, so I have to think about something for the next meeting. But only if you have ideas. If you don't have it, that's okay too. Okay. So Andre is coming with another amazing meeting, another amazing topic. Hope to see you guys in other meetings around here. Take care, okay? And that's it. See you next week. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye bye, guys. Thank
See
you for this
you.
time and see you.
Bye.